Maybe we'll get near finishing the book today. What do you think? Would be good. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Hello. Happy New Year, everybody. It's our first book club of 2024. It's your birthday. Well, happy birthday. That's awesome. Happy birthday.
New Year's baby, huh?
New Year baby. Wow. People work really hard to try to get that. I don't know if your mom did, but aren't there people who like specifically go to the hospital on special days like that to try to have the first baby of the year?
Definitely do. Yeah. It's like a whole thing. There's like prizes you can win.
Really?
Oh, sure. You know,
that's funny.
You get stuff if you're like the first baby.
If you're the first baby born in the new year, that's funny.
I don't know how like they determine. I mean, I guess it's just like
per hospital.
Per hospital or in the country. Or, I don't know. Or,
has to be per hospital, right?
Yeah. Otherwise.
Because otherwise it's like, yeah.
Time zones and such.
I don't know how else you would do it.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't been down to the P.O. box yet, Anya, since we got back, but I will be going soon. Good morning, sitting in my flannel sheets with my cat just chilling. That sounds like a pretty good win. Flannel sheets with the kitty cat. Happy New Year. Hey, Shira. We are making peppermint mochas for the morning. Because why not, right? What did everybody do for New Year's? Duolingo's trying to shame me already. Gosh. It's the first day of the new year and they're trying to shame me. You can't shame me. I have a 760-day streak. How dare you?
I need Duolingo.
Shames everybody. It's not just me.
That's what you're shaming me. The whole program is actually based around like bad. You're bad listening.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Amanda. So, Amanda, we did... Wait.
Put the owl in a dominatrix costume.
Oh my god, that's probably illegal. Wait, Amanda, did you see that the Steelers did what you needed them to do?
I think the Vikings might have lost.
I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, the Steelers won.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings may have lost it.
Did the Vikings lose?
Am I crazy? Yeah.
Amanda will know. She will know.
The Steelers did do what they were supposed to do.
Yes, but we blew it big time.
Yeah, sorry.
So it didn't matter that we won?
No, they had to win, plus we had to win.
Uh-oh.
So we did our part, Amanda. Against all odds.
Against all odds.
I'm sorry, Amanda.
So now I come to you. Wait, wrong song. There's a song called Against All Odds. I don't know that. Why can't I don't know. Whatever. Can I have a spoon?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Yep. Our season is over. It would take a miracle for us to go to the postseason. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Amanda. Well, I mean, there's always next year, right?
Kirk will be back, or maybe be back. I don't know what the fuck.
Why maybe?
Well, I think this is the last year of his contract.
You don't think that they'd take him back when he was doing so well?
I think they'd be silly not to, but he's been recruiting for a while and they haven't gotten over the hump, so they might decide to like draft somebody or try to get someone else in free agency.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're going to try to do.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I made you a delicious drink.
But I'm sure it'll be a stressful off-season narrative for Vikings fans.
Yeah. Here you go. You want to taste it and see how you like it?
It's amazing.
Yeah, go ahead, take a sip, and I'm going to give you a little bit more froth. Hey! He's a free agent in March. We're hoping to keep him because Jefferson loves him.
Yeah?
How is it? Yeah, it tastes good. You made a giant gingerbread man and decorated it with fireworks. That's amazing. That sounds wonderful. Hey, Kristen. Hello. The holidays are crazy. They are. You are 100% correct. Crazy. My birthday was wonderful. Thank you for asking. Wonderful, wonderful. I don't want to go back to work tomorrow. I understand that. It's hard after a break. I'm excited for work tomorrow. I hate breaks. I'm weird. That makes sense, Renee. Knowing what I know about you. I haven't worked a full day in a week and it's going to be rough tomorrow. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to get some work done today so that it's not so rough tomorrow, but I do think it's probably going to be rough anyway. I agree. You don't want to go back to school on Monday. Yeah, I think you're probably amongst a large contingency of people who don't want to go back to school tomorrow. I think that's probably true. Oh, you have? I have not. You've been off since before Christmas. Lucky. All right. Let's get book clubbing. Oliver doesn't go back to school to the 8th. Wait, how are you going to do that? How do you go back to work if he doesn't go back to school to the 8th? Yeah, that makes sense, Amanda, in your situation. What do you guys do then? If you go back to work tomorrow and he goes back to school on the 8th, what do you do with your child? Where are you going to put him? Oh, yeah, that's true. Can I just get a quick recap of what we read last? Secret boyfriend, do you want to do the recap of what we read? He's looking at me like I'm the devil.
No.
No. All right, recap it for Shira. Shira needs a recap from you specifically.
Okay, so our
Heroine.
saucy lady, it's just there's a snowstorm, and the power goes out, right? And she's like,
He's right.
She's like, feeling good. No. And she's like dreaming of her special snowboarder boy. And guess who comes through the door to check on her?
You know, you should just write your own book.
It's a saucy snowboarder boy. And they have some sassy talking time where they banter with each other, and they're like, oh, do we like each other? Don't we like each other? I don't know. But then
Beep boop
start
beep.
to beep boop beep boop, and then beep boop beep boop beep boop.
Okay, wait, hold on. So Liz said, I want him to narrate your book now. And Shira said, okay, that's it. I'm missing more days so I can get these recaps. Spark Notes by Secret Boyfriend.
So yeah.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe you should do Spark Notes of my book and I'll do the full book.
And he beep boops her in all the right ways.
Apparently, that's what we heard.
She's
been beep booped.
totes into it.
Yeah, she soups into it.
Soups totes. And then she goes back to work.
Yeah.
I don't entirely know where they work or why they work, but apparently they work together.
I don't know where they work or why they work.
Okay, they probably work for money, I'm guessing.
It seems
That's
logical.
The lie, mostly for
Yep,
everyone.
mostly. Yep. Keep it up. Let's go.
And everyone.
Shira said sufficiently beep booped. Good for her.
yes, she is thoroughly beep booped.
Thoroughly beep booped.
And you know, like everyone can see it on her face at work.
They
like,
can see that she was beep booped?
I think so.
Whoa.
Right? Isn't
harsh.
that was kind of being implied? Or no?
I mean, okay, so here's the thing.
So here's the thing. She finds out that old snowboarder boy didn't just come over to check on her own. Someone else sent him.
It's
to
true.
check on
He's
her.
right.
So now she's like,
He's right. This is a great recap.
He's not thoughtful. he was sent.
Mhm.
And then he's like, well, while I'm here, I may as well beep
Beep boop.
boop with it.
Yeah.
It's a snowstorm. The power's out. He was bored. Maybe. Who knows? It's a good way to kill time.
I mean, I hate how right you are, but you're right.
No, what happened? I forget.
Basically, they went.
Oh, then they were like, let's go snowboarding again.
Yeah.
That was a weird tonal shift.
It was.
And she's like, I'm starting to get it. I'm really good at this snowboarding. I'm carving up the mountain. And everyone's like, whoa.
Right?
you're
I forgot about this till
amazing.
you brought it up. And then. Do you remember what happened at the very end of the chapter?
No, I'm trying to remember.
An insufficient snowboarder came rolling into her and pushed her off the mountain.
She died?
I don't know, maybe.
She's dead. Oh, that's right. She died at the end. So I think we're going to start with a new main character in this next chapter, which is very exciting. So Snowboard Boy is going to, get to beep boop someone else for a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. See, it was like a weird tonal shift.
How do you like your recap? I didn't see it going that well, honestly, but you did a phenomenal job. That was maybe...
No faith in
Kristen said beep boop. I've never heard it said that way before, but I love it. Oh, that's my thing from when I read things that are too saucy for TikTok. I just say beep boop beep. She said she would literally pay to hear this again. You've got a career in spark noting the books I read.
Hooray.
She's gonna bring you treats when she brings me stuff on Thursday. She always brings you treats though. She was so good to you.
They're so good. Thank you, Sharon.
I missed the chapter 2 and I actually feel caught up. Honestly, he did a great job. I have to say, if you missed it, you didn't miss it. He nailed every... Anyone who was here, did we miss anything? I don't think he missed a darn thing. He got the Bevs sending him over. He got them going, I don't know, do I know, I don't know, back and forth. You know what? You did miss one thing.
Oh, geez.
They got locked in the basement, remember? Oh no, that was before. Never mind, he didn't miss that. That was a previous chapter. Just kidding, ignore me. He did everything perfect. I don't know what I'm talking about. High five. That was great. That was a great recap.
Thank you, Dad.
I didn't miss it. It was literally perfect. Yeah. People who were here are saying that your recap was perfect. That was the wow. I feel like maybe you should write it because it would go so much faster.
I should write it? Or read it?
Both?
You read much faster than me.
All right. Time to read chapter 21. Is Maddie dead?
What's the title of the chapter?
I mean, there isn't a title of the chapter, but that's what I would name the
I
title
like
if I was naming it. I haven't really come to a final decision on a lot of my chapter titles, but they're definitely gonna get titles because I feel like they need titles.
It's fun.
And
It's kind of fun to name a chapter.
yeah, and I think if this were my book, I would name it Is Maddie Dead? What do you think? This isn't my book, so it just says chapter 21.
Pieces, Maddie.
Maybe. They are a lost art, right? Yeah, I agree. All right, here we go. I screamed as my adrenaline kicked in. Maddie's not dead.
Yeah, shit. I mean, good. Sorry.
I was no longer on the main run, but surrounded by trees and barreling down the undergroomed terrain. I flung my body out of the way of a few trees and was shocked to find my board was still underneath my feet as I continued to fly down the steep hill. The trees were getting denser and denser as I desperately tried to avoid hitting them. So she didn't get knocked out.
You know the problem here?
Tell me.
She French fried when she should have pizza.
It's not skis, it's a snowboard.
Oh shit.
It's just one French fry.
She's a goner still.
I sunk into my heels quickly to avoid a large trunk, but there was another tree just next to it. Before I could react, my body slammed into it. No way, that's how Sonny Bono died.
That's literally how Sonny Bono died.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Except she wasn't playing football also at the same time.
He was playing football while he was skiing?
They played football skiing.
That seems really
And he went for the
ill-advised.
catch and then
No way, are you serious? I didn't know that. I just knew he hit a tree.
yeah.
Wow,
So informational.
so harsh. Guys, don't play football while you're skiing. Apparently, it's bad.
Yes.
I don't even know how to ski, and I think I could have told you that ahead of time. Yeah, wow. My lymph form ping-ponged off of it, but my board was buried deep in the snow and wasn't moving freely. As my body flew forward, but my board stayed sunk. I felt a snap somewhere near my ankle. Oh no. Pain shot up my leg before I face planted into the deep snow. And if you guys remember, it's powder snow, so it's very deep. What?
He's gonna nurse her back to health.
And beat boop the whole way?
Oh man, with that ankle, I don't think so.
No? You can't beat boop with a broken ankle?
Actually, I guess you could.
I've never had a broken ankle. I've never had a broken anything.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
High five. Strong bones. The snow engulfed me and I panicked. I couldn't breathe. I clawed desperately to free my face, my heart pounding a mile a minute, gasping for breath. My face finally came up for air and I looked bewilderedly at my surroundings. All I could see were trees in every direction. I pushed myself out of the powder and winced. My whole body was in pain and my head was throbbing. I reached up to touch my helmet. Helmet? You wear a helmet?
People wear helmets while skiing, snowboarding now.
Probably a good idea, right?
No, when I was a kid.
But it's
I
probably
wore
good,
helmets.
right? Probably should wear a helmet.
No, you should, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how, well, if Sally wanted a helmet on, I'd still be alive.
Oh, that's how she survived.
That's how she survived, yeah.
She's wearing a helmet.
She'd be dead.
Right. I reached up to touch my helmet only to find that it had shifted back on my head and I touched my forehead. Warm, wet, sticky. Blood. Shit. I must have just reopened my stitched gash or gotten a new one. I couldn't
Where did
tell.
she get a gash from?
Remember, she crashed the golf cart way long time ago
Oh, I don't think I heard
when
that.
she was still in Florida.
Oh, she's a mess, that's right.
Yeah. Although, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I don't think you can reopen a month-old gash from Florida.
No, she's not healing properly. She needs to see a doctor.
Yeah, she's not healing properly. She needs to see a doctor. Diagnosis from secret boyfriend.
You're welcome, everyone.
You're welcome. I tried to pull my board so that it was in front of me, but just that tiny movement caused me to yelp in pain. My ankle was hurt badly. It felt broken. I dug around in the snow and struggled with the binding for a few minutes before I was finally able to release my boots. I brought my legs out in front of me while my board stayed stuck in the snow. Moving around this much powder was a ton of work. I was sweating and breathing heavily by the time that I got resituated. Now that I was out of immediate danger, I took in my surroundings. Just trees everywhere, and to my alarm, there were no fresh tracks. I knew experts liked to do tree runs from talking to Johnny and Aaron, but it appeared to me that no one had been over here today. This wasn't good. I typically didn't have service out here, but I pulled out my phone anyway just to see that I had shattered my screen with the fall. It wouldn't even turn on now. Hey, Grace! Grace, you missed an epic recap from Secret Boyfriend. Shameful. You'll have to see it in the recap because it was great. You're gonna love it. Shit. I couldn't walk. My head hurt so badly that I saw spots every time I turned it, and I couldn't call for help. I was stuck. Help! I finally shouted. Help! I continued to scream my lungs out for what felt like an hour, but at no point did anyone shout something back. My alarm was slowly turning into fear. They would have to find me, right? Johnny and Aaron would probably roughly know the place that they last saw me. It would probably just take them a minute to realize that I was missing, and then it would take a while to locate me. Someone would be combing through these trees soon enough. My snowsuit might be brightly colored, but it was thick and warm. At least despite the piles of snow around me, I wasn't cold in the slightest. I leaned against the tree that was next to me and took in deep breaths through my nose and out my mouth, trying to remain calm. There was nothing I could do but sit there and hope that someone would find me soon. My eyes drifted closed. I took some snow and smacked myself in the face with it to try to stay awake.
Is that a thing?
I don't know, but it sounds like a good idea, like splashing water on your face. I don't know. Seems about right. I didn't know too much about concussions, but I knew that if I had one, I probably shouldn't fall asleep. Still, despite my best efforts, I felt myself fading. The next time I remembered looking up, it was starting to get dark outside. I scrambled upright in panic that I had dozed off. Shit, the sun was setting. That meant that it was like, 4:30? I've been stuck out here for over an hour now. Help! I screamed. Help! I continued to yell until my throat felt raw. Being stuck out here in the dark felt a lot more hopeless, and I refused to go out like this. I swear I heard someone yelling back in the distance, maybe a little bit up the hill, but it was hard to tell, surrounded by all these trees. Help! I shrieked again. I'm over here! Maddie! I heard someone call my name now. There was no mistaking it. Over here! Tears of relief pricked at my eyes as two men I'd never seen before in red ski patrol jackets appeared. She's down here, one of them called up the hill, and two more men in red jackets appeared. Are you hurt? Just my ankle and my head. I winced as I touched the large bump that had formed on my forehead. Let's get you out of here. They started to pack me into a gurney-looking thing. We're bringing her down now. Have the ambulance there waiting, I heard one of them say into a radio. Once I was packed into the bag, the men expertly maneuvered me through the trees. I felt like I was out in the middle of nowhere, but after just 5 minutes, we were back on the main hill that I had strayed from. I breathed a heavy sigh of relief as we made it to the bottom. There were flashing lights everywhere and quite a crowd. 2 men that brought me down helped hoist me into the ambulance. We would have found you a lot sooner if that skier you ran into had come forward earlier. Good thing you wore this outfit. As soon as we pulled out the call that you were missing, he remembered colliding with you. I guess my obnoxious outfit came in handy after all. The ski patrol backed away from the ambulance and the EMT closed the door. Wait, I was with friends. They're probably still out looking for you. There was quite a search party. I groaned in embarrassment. Don't worry, we'll alert everyone that you've been found and your friends will be notified that you've been sent to the hospital. We can't waste any more time getting you checked out, though. That's a nasty looking head injury you've got yourself there. New scene. But in the same, we got a scene marker. I'm only saying this because I heard recently that people didn't know that those were scene markers. I found that out, but this is a scene marker. I'm not trying to be condescending. Someone really told me they didn't know, and it wasn't a child. It was an adult. I don't know. We'll have to ask when the person shows back up.
Full agree?
I don't want to expose them when they're not in here, but it's a full adult. It's a full adult that we all know and love.
We're all technically full adults, but are we actually full adults?
She's a real full adult.
Oh, really? A really real one? A real one?
Yeah. I wasn't that person, but I am one of them. Oh, see, Liz didn't know.
Capital R real?
Capital R real.
Oh.
It was Arbitrary Canary. I'll just tell you. She knows. It's fine. She said it alive here, so someone else could have seen it. But Arbitrary Canary didn't know. Oh, you guys didn't know? Okay, those are scene markers. Beep, boop, beep. Scene marker. No, not beep, boop, beep.
They know. I mean.
Okay, I just had 3. No, I just had 3 people say I wasn't the person who said it, but they didn't know.
Like, know what they were called. They know what they signified.
Did you know what it signified? That it's a new scene within the same chapter? 4 people didn't know.
I think.
Scene marker.
Okay.
That's what it is. That being said, I do know because I listen to audiobooks. Ah, see? She didn't even see them because she mostly listens to audiobooks. That's why.
There you go. That makes sense.
I don't think that's how I'm going to mark them in my book, though. I think I'm going to do the ADHD thing and start a new page every time there's a new scene.
Why? We could do little cute, like, designs for the scene.
Because a lot of my scenes are split perspective. So, like, one scene is Emma's perspective, and then the next scene in the same chapter is Edward's perspective, so I wanted to delineate that pretty
You
clearly.
want to delineate it by, like, saying same chapter and then what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like
Yeah,
chapter 3, Edward.
yeah.
I've read a bunch of books that have done that. It's
Yeah,
really good.
that's what
a
I
lot
meant,
of a lot of really complex like hard sci-fi books do that because there's so many characters and so many settings that they literally have to be like this, or you will just forget.
I
There's too many
have
people.
great news. My book is not complex, but I'm going to do it anyway. You should have different scene markers for each
No, it's
person.
not
That
true.
would be cute.
There are so many hard sci-fi elements in her book, everyone. It's wild.
Wait, wouldn't that be cute? Hey, Tiffany, Happy New Year.
If you wrote an awesome hard sci-fi book, that would be cute.
Yes, and Jennifer, you're more than welcome to let me read you to sleep. A lot of people do that. But what I was going to say, Liz's idea was, what if I had different scene markers for different characters? Cute.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Mom says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Mom. Your daughter looks just like you. It's wild. I saw a picture of Anya's mom yesterday, and I was like, whoa, it's Anya's face on a different human. Can you hide slime secrets somewhere as an homage to slime? Yes. We can hide slime secrets somewhere. I will have my main character.
How do you hide slime in your book?
I'm going to have my main character
Are
magic.
you gonna just like throw slime on random pages of your book?
Yes. What I'm going to do.
I can't read this page.
What I'm going to do is just in Grace's copy specifically, I'm going to sign certain pages in slime. It's going to be like Sasha, but the S is made out of slime. What do you think of that, Grace? I read all the time and I didn't know it had a name, but it makes sense. Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense. All right, let's keep going now that we've hit our scene marker. We're in a new scene. The doctor took multiple scans of my head before determining that it was just a slight concussion. Unfortunately for me, it looked like my snowboarding days were over since I had fractured my ankle pretty badly.
Ooh, she probably doesn't have health insurance.
You're lucky. It could have been a lot worse. She said, yeah, she does. She works for a huge company. Of course she
does?
has health insurance.
I thought she worked for like a small hotel. What is happening?
No, she works for a consulting company that is working with the hotel. A management company, not a consulting company. A management
Wow.
company. Yeah. She's
Good for
definitely
her.
got health insurance from that,
How'd
right?
she get that job?
She's in Florida. She's had that job since like she graduated college, and she just moved up the
Oh,
ranks.
I thought she quit her job after.
She did not quit her job. She took on a job that they couldn't fill within their company.
Oh, because nobody wanted to go to.
Hey,
ski
James,
resort
Happy New Year.
To live an amazing ski resort life. That was just something no one wanted to
Yeah,
do.
nobody.
Nobody wanted this ideal existence except for her.
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell you, I kind of did what she is doing when I went to Oregon, and it's not idyllic. I'm here to tell you it's not cute. I was like, sure, I'll go live this Hallmark life and go to a tiny town and live that life and work a tiny small business family owned thing and help them out and do the thing. Guys, it's not great. Don't do it. Don't leave your house. Don't leave
Did
your
you think it was
life.
going to be Hallmark?
I did. I totally thought it was going to be
So
Hallmark.
good.
It was not Hallmark. It was so dreadful. Every inch of it was dreadful. You want to live in Stars Hollow? What's Stars Hollow? Is that a Hallmark thing? If it is,
sounds
I
like a
haven't seen
Hallmark
that one.
thing.
It does sound like a Hallmark thing. Morning. Hey, Rosie. All right, sorry. You're lucky. It could have been a lot worse, she said, showing me my x-ray. Those trees can be really dangerous. Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. We'll get this set in a cast and have you on your way in a few hours. We won't have to keep you overnight as long as you have someone who can monitor you at home to ensure that there's no turn for the worst.
Oh!
Oh!
Who could do that? Who has the free time?
I live alone. Can't I just call someone if I notice the change? She raised her eyebrows. You can't monitor yourself. What about your husband? No, no, no. Doctors aren't allowed to say that. No, no.
What about her husband?
No, doctors can't do that, right? Doctors can't. Small town from Gilmore Girls. Oh, Stars Hollow is a small town from Gilmore Girls. Okay, I see. I've never seen it. I don't believe that any doctor would just default to assuming that a young woman has a husband. I don't buy it. Sorry. I'm not willing to let that one fly. I've never been to a doctor's appointment where they were like, but what about your husband? Because wouldn't you, like, on your paperwork mark single?
Well, presumably she has not had a chance to fill out any paperwork.
Well, then why wouldn't they ask instead of assuming? She just said, I live alone, and the doctor goes, what about your husband? I said, I live alone, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Sorry. And I'm just like literally.
You're right, it's a flaw.
It
If
says,
I was editing the book, I would have been like, actually.
you've been asked about your, but you never say that. If you said to them, I live alone specifically, it says, I live alone. Can't I just call someone if I notice a change?
Husband come over?
And then
Yeah,
she
well,
literally says, you can't monitor yourself. What about your husband? After she says, I live alone. I would have been like, I said I live alone. I squinted at her confusion. Oh.
Wait, what?
Someone claiming to be your husband showed up here about 30 minutes after you arrived. Oh. Well, this makes the doctor seem a lot less wild town. Okay, I retract my statement about the doctor being a bee.
You spoke too soon.
Okay, never mind. He's been demanding to see you rather rudely, I might add, but we explained to him that you were already in the middle of getting your scans. What? I don't have a... At that moment, Giles burst into the exam room. He looked angry. This guy, the doctor pointed at him. Sir, I told you we would come get you as soon as... He held up his hand, dismissing her. No one should have to wait an hour to see their significant other. That's ridiculous. I looked at Giles like he had grown two heads. Was concussion messing with me? Well, I'll leave you and your husband alone for a moment. The way
You know
she said
what?
husband implied that she didn't buy what Giles
He
was
married
trying
her
to
while
sell.
she was in a coma.
How? She wasn't in a
He found
car.
a sketchy priest.
Grace said, Giles, I don't think this is very...
She's gonna look at her hand and be like, oh, I have a ring on it.
The way she said husband implied she didn't buy what Giles was trying to sell.
Oh,
Someone will be in
shit.
shortly to set your ankle. As soon as she left, I crossed my arms and gawked at Giles. My husband? He shook his head and walked over to me. These assholes weren't giving me any information because I wasn't family. So, you lied? He shrugged. They weren't going to let me come back here and see you. I rolled my eyes. I'm getting released soon. He sat down in the chair next to my hospital bed and rested his head in his hands. You look exhausted, I said. He ran his hands down his face. Searching through trees and rough terrain for hours is pretty tiring. Ugh, I groaned, slumping back in my bed. You were searching too? I'm so sorry. This is so embarrassing. Well, that's not the word I would use. I fell off the side of a hill and everyone in the whole mountain was searching for me. What would you call that? Scary? Terrifying? Yeah, I guess it was pretty scary. I know, but I meant for me, for all of us. You scared the shit out of me, Florida. I was so worried about you. His gaze was fixated on me. My cheeks grew hot under his stare. You were? Obviously, when I got down the hill earlier, Aaron was already panicked and had reported you missing to ski control. I guess they had already done 2 laps and couldn't find you anywhere. I felt like a punch in the gut knowing that you were lost. I know firsthand how dangerous boarding can be, especially for a beginner. We searched for hours. I've been over every surface of that fucking hill. When I started to get dark, we were all panicking. And when we got to the bottom of the last run and found out that you had already been taken away by an ambulance, I got here as fast as I could. I appreciate you searching for me. I stumbled over my words. I'm sure it's all part of the job, right? I joked, trying to lighten his intense demeanor. That's not it at all. He lowered his head into his hand and kneed into his forehead. Maddie, I'm sorry about earlier, but after today, I can't pretend I don't feel anything. You can't? Hope fluttered inside my chest. Today's been the worst day I've had in a long time, probably since... His voice trailed off, but I could imagine what he was thinking since my parents' accident. And all I could think about was that bullshit conversation we had this morning and how I brushed you off after the most amazing night. I'm such a prick. The corner of my lips tugged up. Yeah, it wasn't exactly how I envisioned that conversation going. He scooted his chair closer to my bedside and gently grabbed my hand, lightly tracing circles into my palm. I'm sorry about that. I know I shut you out. I've been so used to shutting people out my whole life that it just felt easier than facing whatever this thing is between us. His eyes were locked on mine. You don't owe me an explanation. I do, though. My throat was dry. I gulped anxiously. I reached for the water on the nightstand on the stand next to the bed, but Giles was faster than me. He grabbed it and held the straw to my mouth before I could object. You don't have to baby me, I said before taking a long sip. Giles chuckled. The corner of his eyes crinkled. You just had a serious accident. Sorry for treating you like you're a little fragile. I'm not fragile at all. In fact, I can't wait to get back out there. His face broke out into a full smile, showing off his white teeth. I don't think your ankle's going to slow you down. You don't think your ankle's going to slow you down? Psh, this is nothing. Yeah, okay, Florida, whatever you say. The door swung open and 2 different doctors entered the room. All right, it's time to get you in a cast so you can be on your way, the older one said in a comforting tone. Sir, if you'll just wait outside. Nope, I'm good right here. Giles leaned back and crossed his arms. The doctor rolled his eyes in stubbornness but didn't object. Another scene marker. More scenes. We're still in the same chapter.
This might be the greatest love story ever told.
What, you don't think ours can compete?
Compared to this guy that just keeps calling her Florida? No way.
Yay! I'm so glad.
What?
Arbitrary Canary's here and she's wrapping up her last contracted project.
That's awesome.
You're all set, the doctor said, admiring his handiwork. Now, whatever you do, make sure that this doesn't get wet, and if it does, you have to come back here and get it set all over again. Got it. Thank you. I'll have someone bring in your discharge paperwork and you'll be good to go home. Also, you've got another visitor in the lobby. Should I send her in? I nodded. Sure. Seconds later, Bev burst through the doors and was at my bedside, giving me a gentle hug. Maddie, thank God you're all right. We were all so worried. She glanced at Giles and then back at me with a knowing twinkle in her eye. I'm sorry I caused such a panic today. No, it's not your fault, he interjected. If that stupid skier hadn't run you off the hill and then proceeded to not tell anyone. He clenched his fists, his eyes darkening. Well, it's all over now, Bev patted my shoulder. I'm just happy you're safe and sound. Speaking of that, the doctor said that since I have a concussion, someone needs to monitor me tonight. And I was, you've got a concussion? Giles rose from his chair and was at my side examining me. I thought it was just your ankle. They said it's minor, nothing to worry about. I can go home as long as someone's monitoring you. So, Bev, if you wouldn't mind... No, Giles interrupted me, shaking his head. You'll stay with me. I've dealt with concussions before. It felt like there was a ball in my Stop it, don't. You're making it hard for me to read. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You're not helping.
I'm gonna die.
You don't have a concussion. You don't get to die. I felt like there was a ball in my throat that I couldn't swallow. Stay with him? I couldn't stay at his house. My cheeks flushed at the thought of it. No, that's okay, really, I insisted in a hurry. The last thing I wanted was for Giles to see me in my ratty pajamas, completely couch-bound. It's better this way. You might need help getting around on that ankle. Bev, you can stop by the apartment and get an overnight bag together for Maddie. I'll drive her straight to my place when she's discharged. I don't think... If you think you're leaving my side after today, you're out of your mind. Giles snapped, glaring down at me. Oh, I found a typo.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it?
The quotation marks after the said.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. I gulped at his intensity. I'll just go pack that bag then. Bev started to leave. Relenting finally, I told her where she could find my toiletry bag, and I told her to pack me some sweats. Oh, asked her to pack me some sweats. She almost ran into the doctor on her way out as the one from earlier came back in to discharge me. Maddie, you're good to go. We've got your insurance on file, and here are some crutches to use for that ankle. We'll bring in a wheelchair to get you out of the hospital. Now, who am I discharging you with, and who will be monitoring your concussion? That'd be me. Giles held up his hand. Ah, the husband. Let me just go over a few things with you. She gave him some instructions. I tried to listen too, but my stomach was doing somersaults. After last night, I hoped I'd be seeing Giles's house, especially his bed, but I wasn't hoping to be in such a vulnerable position when doing so. Also, despite his change of heart, his words earlier about not wanting anything to happen between us kept echoing in my mind. Okay, Florida, Giles said, springing me from my thoughts. We had a wheelchair now, and he gently grabbing my arm to help me into it. It's time to go home. I feel like we have to read chapter 22. We have to know what happens, right?
I know what happens.
You know what happens?
Mm-hmm.
Beep boop beep?
Beep boop beep.
You think so?
So much.
Should we read chapter 22, y'all?
Not right away, though. He's going to nurse her back to health.
He's going to nurse her back to health, and then they're going to beep boop? They're going to wait until her ankle heals before beep booping?
Like a little bit of nursing and then a lot of beep boop.
Little bit of nursing. I don't think beep boop, she's in pain. I guess we're about to find out.
Not right away. That's all
Can
I'm
you
saying.
beep boop someone with a concussion? In
I
good
think,
conscience.
I think it might be immoral.
I don't know.
It's slightly immoral.
Slightly immoral. We're about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Becca says you can. Liz says you can't. Grace says it's questionable.
Oh my god.
This is
We're running the gamut here.
Amanda says I wouldn't recommend that.
No, I think it's probably not nice.
Becca, you are the odd man out in this
are
situation.
extreme headaches. Like if you can't, you're sensitive to light and stuff. You can't be doing that.
Okay, let's get a final count. Give me a
Okay.
thumbs up if you think there's going to be beep boop in this chapter, and a thumbs down if you think that it's
No,
immoral.
but this chapter might take place over days, though.
You're right. There could be scene markers.
Yeah.
Concussion after a coma. No coma, just a concussion.
I made up the comma.
He made the coma part up. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. Secret Boyfriend's fake apologies are among the funnier. Grace said I joined late today and fell for it. It's General Hospital. It's General Hospital. There's comas everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
She's about to get a twin. And her twin is with Giles as well. Concussions have many different levels, people. Okay, Becca. Okay. Apparently Becca's had multiple concussions.
Becca.
That bothers me for you.
Becca, stop.
Yeah, why are you
Okay.
doing that? Did one come from a child jumping on your head?
Oh my. Really?
I'm just guessing. She's
Oh.
not a sporty person, so where else is she getting concussions?
I don't know.
She's got so many children. Thank goodness it's not Grace, because half of them would be unalive by now. True. No, it didn't come from that. You have to tell me. Okay, chapter 22. The tires crunched through the snow and the silence filled the car on the short drive. My thoughts spiraled. He kept sneaking glances at me and I pretended not to notice. Finally, I felt compelled to say something to ease the tension between us. Did they tell you the reason they found me was because the skier recognized my description? I guess that bright outfit wasn't so bad after all, huh? Yeah, glad that thing was good for something. Giles frowned and gripped the steering wheel tighter. I don't worry about that guy. I got his ski pass taken away. You didn't have to do that. Yeah, I did. I bit my lip, unsure of what to say next. The broken phone in my pocket poked me, reminding me that I should call my family and let them know what happened. Shit, I mumbled. Are you okay? He glanced at me, alarm flashing across his face. I'm fine. I just broke my phone when I fell. I reached into my pocket and pulled out the shattered device. I need to call my family. Now, we're almost at my house. You can use my phone to call them when we get there. Johnny has an old phone or two lying around that you can have until you get a new one. Thanks. That would be great, actually. He nodded his head and turned the wheel, navigating us off the main road. The street was more residential and lined with cabins, bungalows, and small ranch homes. Here we are, Giles said as he pulled into the short driveway of an adorable house with blue siding and a wooden front porch. It's so charming, I said before opening my door. Of course it is, he muttered. Wait, stop. Let me come around and help you out. He rushed over to my side and He rushed over to my side and placed my arm around his shoulders. When he lifted me out of the car, pretty much all the weight above my ankle was supported. He walked me over to the front door where a black bag sat on the porch. Bev must have dropped off my stuff already. Opening the door with his free hand, he ushered me inside. If the outside was adorable, the inside was positively cozy. The entryway led straight into a staircase. Turning left led you into a quaint living room with a fireplace and an oversized tan sofa. Giles helped me take off my shoe and walked me over to the couch where I plopped down. I love your house, I said, craning my neck so that I could catch a glimpse of the dining room and the kitchen that were also off the living room. Thanks. He ran his hand along the back of his neck. I don't really get too many visitors. Sorry, it's not cleaner. What are you talking about? If you don't think this is clean, then I'm really glad the power was out when you came to my place yesterday, I joked. The cleanliness of your apartment wasn't exactly top of my mind, he smirked. Let me grab the rest of your stuff. His words caused a stir in the pit of my stomach, and suddenly my whole body was hot at the memory of last night. How had that just been one night ago? It felt like a week ago at this point. Wait, would we share a bed tonight? Or would he want me to sleep on the couch? Ugh, dating was hard. Giles brought the rest of my stuff in and closed the door with his foot. I watched him from my perched position on the couch, waiting to see what he would do with my black duffel. To my disappointment, he just set it down in the entryway without a second thought. Couch it is. Giles hovered nearby. He ran his hand across his jaw, glancing around the room. Are you hungry? He asked. Starving. Do you like Chinese food? That's the fastest delivery in town. I'm literally drooling at the thought of an egg roll.
What?
He walked it. Why, what? I like egg rolls. Trick question, pillow wall. Oh, pillow wall. He walked into the kitchen. What do you want? I called out an answer as he relayed the order to the restaurant over the phone. 15 minutes. He re-entered the living room and tossed me his phone, which I clumsily managed to catch. Why don't you call your family and I'll head upstairs for a few and give you some privacy. Thanks, I smiled at him, for everything. He bit his lip like he might have wanted to say something else, but just turned on his heels and went upstairs. I dialed my mom's number as soon as he was out of sight. Hello? My mom's confused voice came through the line. Mom, it's Maddie. Maddie, what number are you calling from? I ignored her question. Look, I don't want to freak you out, but Ron, get in here. Something's wrong, Mom yelled. No, I'm fine. I just got into a small accident today. Oh my God! What happened? My dad yelled in the background. God. It's nothing. I was snowboarding and I told you to be careful out there, she scolded. I swear. Someone ran into me and I fell. I fractured my ankle and I have a small concussion. I decided to omit the part about me being stuck on the mountain for hours alone. Oh no, sweetie, that sounds serious, my mom cooed. Do I need to get a flight out there? No, I insisted hurriedly. I'm fine. Is anyone helping you? You probably shouldn't be alone right now. I'm staying with a friend. What friend? They both asked. My dad in a harsh tone and my mom in an inquisitive one. No one you know, I hissed. Is it a boyfriend? She asked as if she was still in high school or something. It's none of your business, but if you must know, yes, it's a boy, but we're just friends. His family owns the lodge that I've been working at. Do you think that's a smart idea? My dad asked at the same time my mom told me to send her a picture. Look, I've got to go. I just wanted to call and let you know what had happened, but I need to give Giles his phone back. Okay, but call if you need absolutely anything. I will. Love you both. Bye. I hung up the phone before they could think of another question to keep the conversation going. Glancing up the staircase, I saw no sign of Giles entering. I strained my ears but heard nothing and quickly plugged in another number that I knew by heart. Hello? Frankie answered on the second ring. It's me. I can't talk long, I whispered. Maddie, whose number is this? I rattled off the details of today's events except this time I disclosed the entire story. My sister gasped in all the parts I expected her to, but like I predicted, she was only half as interested in my brush with death as she was with where I was currently staying. He insisted on taking care of you? Maddie, that's huge. Do you think? It's not like I had a ton of other options. He could just be being nice. No way. If he didn't want you there, he would have let you stay with Bev. And I'm sorry. Did he say he told you that did you say he told the hospital that he was your husband? Just so that they would let him come back to the room. And he spent hours searching for you? A lot of people were searching. Maddie, get over yourself. He obviously likes you. And the staircase creaked, causing me to jump and hang up the phone in panic, as if Giles could somehow hear what my sister was saying on the other end of the call. He emerged into the landing. His hair was damp. He had changed into a hoodie and gray sweatpants.
Ooh, gray sweatpants. Exciting for her.
You know the trope?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Apparently this writer knows the
Well, of course, she's on TikTok.
That's like hilarious.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your phone call. The food should be here any minute. No, you're fine, I said in a voice that sounded too high-pitched. Clearing my throat, I continued, I was done anyway. He sauntered over to the couch and I handed him back his phone. His warm hand brushed my fingertips, causing me to shudder. He smelled good, even better than usual. It must be the scent of his shampoo that I was so obsessed with. I fought the urge to ask him what brand he used. Disappearing into the kitchen for a moment, he returned holding an ice pack. Here, you should ice that bump on your forehead. It's really starting to swell. Thanks. I missed that part of the book, the missing part. Wait, what missing part? Becca, do you need a recap from Secret Boyfriend? Because he's in the brand of giving he's in the business of giving recaps now.
And business is good.
And-
Oh god.
She was missing after the accident for a few hours. Yes, they were all searching for her. Yes,
We were all so worried.
we were all concerned. We actually thought she had died for a very short period of
I
time.
was convinced.
Yeah, Secret Boyfriend was convinced. One came from a folding chair at a concert. That was no beep boop situation. Oh, you fell out of a folding chair at a concert? Did somebody hit the folding chair? Yes, A+ recaps from Secret Boyfriend. I'm thinking of pulling that recap out of the whole video and posting it separately because it was a phenomenal recap. And I actually know someone threw a folding chair at you?
Damn. What did you do? Or did you do anything to make that happen? Or is it just they were just throwing it randomly and hit you? Did I just victim blame? I think I did. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what to say.
A folding chair. Was she at a wrestling match?
She was at a concert.
Oh.
Heck of a concert.
Folding chair.
They
Was
just
like
threw
a
it and it
riot?
happened to hit her on top of the head.
Hmm.
Wow.
Jeez.
I've never seen someone throw it. What concert was it? Do we even want to know?
I definitely want to know.
Yeah? Inquiring minds and aquatic vehicles want to know.
Aquatic vehicles.
How is he your boyfriend just talking and Sasha's shocked? Yeah. Okay. Here, you should ice that bump on your forehead. It's really starting to swell. Thanks. I took the pack from him and placed it gingerly on the bump. I winced as the cold pack made contact with the wound. The sound of the doorbell chimed, and Giles walked over to answer it, making the brief exchange with the delivery driver. As soon as the door closed, the smell of delicious fried food wafted through the entire house. My stomach growled audibly. Apparently, spending hours stranded on the side of a mountain worked up quite the appetite. That smells amazing. Drool pooled in my mouth. I reached for my crutches, but Giles shook his head. Stay there. I'll make you a plate and bring it to you. We can eat on the couch. Are you sure? I would hate to make a mess. Don't worry about it. I do it all the time when I'm by myself. I tried to picture it. Him living here by himself, eating on this couch, watching a movie, cooking. Do you cook? I blurted out. Sometimes. I'm not very good at it. Do you? He asked, handing me a plate of rice, chicken, and 2 egg rolls. Yeah, I'm guessing it wasn't John Mayer. Yeah. Three doors down, staying hindered. Oh, it was during a soft song. So someone was just insane. Got it. An insane person. Not really. Garrett and I usually ate out. My words fell off before I realized bringing up my ex-boyfriend. Never mind, I mumbled. Giles sank into the couch next to me but didn't say anything. He turned on the TV and tossed me the remote. Your pick since you had a pretty eventful day and all. Did something happen today? I feigned ignorance and expected him to laugh. Too soon, he winced. And I'll take concussions very seriously. I'll drive you back to the hospital if you start claiming memory loss. The time actually did go by pretty fast out there, I said in between shoveling bites. I think I was fading in and out for a bit because it got dark so quickly. Giles looked like he was in pain. Please, spare me the details. It's making me sick thinking about you stuck out there all alone. The concern in his voice made my heart flutter. I avoided responding by scrolling through the movie selection, and I decided on a romantic comedy I had already seen 20 times. The exact distraction I needed right now. Is this okay? I asked. He shrugged. Yeah, whatever you want. It's a rom-com, I warned. Garrett had always given me a hard time if I deigned to select anything that wasn't action-packed. I'm good, he insisted, shoveling in the food. My legs were propped up on the couch, and if I stuck my foot out just an inch more, I could brush the side of his knee. Stop that, I warned myself as I pressed play on my selection. We sat there in comfortable silence, eating food and watching the opening scenes of the film. There was a beach scene playing out in the movie, and the leading man was surfing. Have you ever surfed? I asked Giles. He glanced over at me and looked back at the TV. A few times, yeah, but I prefer winter sports. It's fun, though. Are you naturally good at it because of snowboarding? It definitely helps. I'm jealous of your athleticism. He smirked. I'm not that athletic anymore. Oh, please. I nudged his leg with my blanket-clad foot and gave him an exaggerated eye roll. You know what's not athletic? Sliding down the side of a mountain with your limp body ricocheting between tree trunks. You probably could have done that in your sleep. It is pretty easy, Black. What does that mean?
It is pretty easy, Black.
That's what it says.
I got it.
I don't know what that means. My mouth hung open. Hey, I was kidding. I threw the pillow behind me at his head. He chuckled. In your defense, it was ungroomed and there were 3 feet of fresh snow. In my defense, I'd gone snowboarding 3 times in my entire life, and you're literally a professional. Retired professional, he clarified, setting his empty plate down on the coffee table. I polished off my last egg roll and leaned forward to set my plate on top of his. Still, that's so impressive that to be that good at something. You went to the Olympics. It was a great life, he admitted. Did you always know you wanted to move back to Key Ridge? He glanced over at me, considering my question. The movie kept playing, forgotten in the background. I think so. Yeah, I mean, there was a time in my life when all I wanted was to get as far away from this town as physically possible, but I think something I realized when I was traveling, with moving around so much, is that nowhere ever felt like home the way that this place does. He fiddled with his hands in his lap. I just wish I had realized it a little earlier. The sadness in his voice crushed my heart. It must be so hard for him to be back in this town without his parents. He must be reminded of them everywhere he looked. What about you? He asked me. You live in the same place your whole life. How come you never left there? I bit my lip. I'm not sure. I guess I've never really been anywhere else. I feel like we could have the opposite problem. You were dying to get out and I was always too scared to. It was comforting being close to the things I'd known my whole life. I never really thought about leaving until my life imploded. And now that you have? He looked at me expectantly. Now that I have, I'm really happy I did, and I think I've had more fun, met more people, and tried more new things in these past few weeks than I have in the past few years. A smile played on his lips as he pretended to watch the movie. I'm glad to hear that. You are? I challenged him to say more, but he simply nodded and said, yeah. You know what I'm glad about? I asked, deciding to be bold. He glanced at me, watching his brown eyes darkening. What? That you gave me a chance? He turned his body so that he was facing me and put his arm across the back of the couch, propping. I did at first, but I decided that you deserved another chance. He smirked and his gaze remained locked on me. Would you mind if... His voice trailed off. What? Can I hold you? Butterflies exploded in my stomach. Okay. I carefully shifted the couch until my back was next to him. He gently grabbed my waist and pulled me back toward him so that I was resting firmly against his chest. He brought his mouth to the top of my head and kissed me. You really scared the shit out of me today, Florida. I didn't realize you cared that much, I whispered as he drew slow, deliberate circles on my arm. Honestly, me either, he said. Does this mean... I gulped, nervous about getting the words out. Does this mean you don't think it's such a bad thing if we start something? I felt his warm torso go up and down as he sighed deeply. At this point, I don't really care if it's a bad idea or not. He tilted his head and grabbed my chin, tipping it to the side so that I was forced to look at him. There's no way that I can stay away from you now. He leaned in slowly. My heart was pounding as he captured my lips with his. The kiss was slow and sweet, unlike the urgency and need of last night. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Every coherent thought in my brain left as he continued to kiss me. After a few long minutes, he released my mouth and planted a kiss on my forehead before resuming staring down at me. I'm happy I'm here, I whispered. He grabbed the back of my neck and stroked my cheek with his thumb before kissing my mouth again. Me too. Of course he cares. The trouble could be in his reporting losing... Wait. Soft-spoken beep beeps. We got another scene marker, guys. So that was the end of that scene. We ended up talking through the rest of the movie. We discussed my career, how I liked it. Sometimes I wasn't sure what my next move was going to be. He told me he wasn't sure what his future held either, but he was excited about the freedom of retirement. He talked about his parents and what it was like to grow up in this town with them, and by the time the credits were rolling, I feared I had fallen head over heels for this guy. Frankie was right. I was a serial monogamist, and Giles was evidently my next victim. I only hoped that he was feeling the same way. We should probably get you to bed, he finally said. It's been a long day. I laughed. Understatement of the year. Can I use your shower first? Now that I've been fed and rested, I'm realizing how disgusting I feel. His eyebrow shot up. Shit, I should have asked you earlier. No, it's fine. Can you hand me my crutches? No, I'll just carry you, he offered. No way, I'm too heavy. He side-eyed me. Please, Maddie, I can carry you. I don't know, but before I could get the words out, Giles had stood from the couch and placed one arm underneath my legs and the other under my back. Grab on. I shrieked with laughter and clutched the back of his neck as he lifted me off the couch with ease. Giles, put me down. He smirked. We're already almost there, he said as he walked me past the entryway and up the first few stairs. I was about to object again when I noticed pictures lining the staircase. Squinting, I took them all in. There were many of Giles at various ages in life, and one was him as a preteen standing with a man and a woman. Are those your parents? He glanced at the photo I was looking at. Yep, that was one of my very first competitions. Did you win? I did. My dad was so excited. He took the entire family out to dinner to celebrate. He smiled at the memory and I squeezed his neck. At the top of the stairs, we went straight to the vintage tiled bathroom. He set me down on my good leg and continued to help me support my weight by holding me around my waist. I limped gingerly forward and grabbed the shower wall. I lowered myself into a seated position on the bathtub edge. Can you help me get my cast wrapped? Right, yes. Giles raced downstairs to grab the cast cover the doctor gave me at the hospital. When he returned, he also had cling wrap and the black bag that Bev had packed up for me. I've had a few bad breaks myself. He grabbed my leg and started to place the plastic wrap around the cast. This will help keep the seal completely waterproof underneath the cover. Thanks, I murmured, distracted by his hand brushing my calf as he delicately wrapped the cast. When he was done, he stood up and took a step back. He crossed his arms and looked from the shower to me and back to the shower again. I can shower myself, I said, horrified at the idea of him setting me in there naked. He scratched his head. Probably easier if you take a bath. He pulled the lever by the spout and turned the handle. Water spewed out of the faucet and started to collect in the basin. Are you sure you don't need help? He asked, his lips forming into a playful smirk. I groaned. Looking like a geriatric patient who needed rehab assistance was not upping my sex appeal. What? He looked confused by my displeasure. Nothing. Just please let me wallow in my own self-pity. He laughed. You're so dramatic, Florida. I shooed him out of the room. Delicately, I peeled my sweatpants away from my cast and off my legs. When I finally lowered myself into the water, I exhaled deeply. It felt amazing, to say the least. I inspected Giles' shampoo and soap collection and took one sniff of them and smiled. Yep, that was him. I finished washing up as fast as I could from a seated position before opening the drain and grabbing a towel. Do you need help? Muffled words came from behind the closed door. Have you been standing out there this whole time? I just wanted to make sure you didn't slip and fall. I rolled my eyes, but a smile formed on my lips. I'm fine, and I don't need any help. Unzipping the black bag, I found my comfiest flannel pajama pants and slid them along with one of my oversized t-shirts. I hopped slowly over to the door and unlocked it to find Giles leaning against the hallway wall. He sprung off it when he saw me. Feeling better? He asked. Much. I suddenly felt shy again. So I'm pretty tired. Right. Let's go to bed. Can you help me back down to the couch? He rolled his eyes. You're obviously not sleeping on the couch. You can sleep in my bed. I can't put you out like that. Please, I'll just take the couch. He grinned and looked at me like I had amused him. I wasn't really planning on sleeping on the couch. Right. Duh. I just didn't want to assume anything, I said hurriedly. Is that all right with you? He took a step towards me and grabbed my waist. Yeah, it's totally fine. Totally fine. He chuckled and helped me to the door to the left of the stairs. He supported most of my weight. His bedroom had the same wood floors as the rest of the house, but was covered in a plush gray rug. The bed was surrounded by a simple black iron headboard, and there were several photographs of snow-covered mountain peaks hanging around the room. I love your room, I said as he sat me down on the side of the bed and the closest to the wall. Thanks. He moved to the other side and hesitated for a moment before taking off his shirt. I run hot, he explained needlessly. We both got situated under the covers, and I let out an audible moan as soon as my head hit the pillow. I just realized how insanely exhausted I am. I already felt myself drifting off to sleep as strong arms wrapped around me. My head found a spot in the curve of his neck, and I floated off to sleep. No beep boop. No beep boop in the whole chapter. Concussion intact. We only have 50 more pages. He did take our advice. It's true. He took our advice and did not beat boop a person with a concussion.
Thank God. You cannot give consent with concussion.
Becca's like, just finish it now. Just get it over.
Concussion consent.
No, you can't get concussions
The
since
double C. Everyone knows about it.
All right, well,
We learned so much today.
we did learn so much today, and you know, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's where we're at, and people with concussions do not want tea. People with concussions do not want tea. Tea? Maybe they do. You don't know that. What if somebody with a concussion really likes tea?
You have to have some sort of liquid.
Reference to a video on consent describing tea as me poop. Oh, I missed that one. That's funny. Some sort of liquid.
Tea.
Yeah.
It's an Earl Grey. Oh no.
Oh no, I love Earl Grey tea actually.
Well, do you like that sort of Earl Grey tea?
I don't understand. Is that some kind of reference that I'm not familiar with? Oh well. All right, we should probably eat breakfast. So we're gonna go do that, and I hope you all enjoy your New Year's Day. And maybe later I'll make the slime of the month. Do you guys want to know how I chose the color for the first slime of the month for the year? If someone asks for tea and they fall asleep, don't force them to drink the tea. It's true. Don't do that.
Oh.
I picked the slime of the month's color by making it the Pantone color of 2024. I think that's very fitting for the new year. Yeah. And Shira's gonna bring me charms on Thursday. So if I make the slime today, it'll have time to settle and I can package it on Thursday when she brings me the charms.
So I'm charmed kind of.
Yeah. I didn't know there was such a thing. You didn't know about the color of the year? Pantone always chooses a color of the year and it kind of like is just a thing, you know? The color of the year is Peach Fuzz this year. It's a very light, very pretty peachy color. I think it's gonna be nice. It's like, so hold on, I'm gonna grab some. If this was slightly more orange,
I'll get it up.
it's like this, but it's like, okay. Secret Boyfriend's gonna pull it up on his phone so you can see it. Yeah, the color of the year is Peach Fuzz. It's nice. Please scented peach. It wasn't gonna be scented peach. If I do scented peach, I will make 2 versions because there are a lot of people who cannot handle peach scent, surprisingly. But I do have a really good peach scent, and you will match Pantone well. I mean, we're gonna try, right? For sure gonna try. I have peach watercolor, and it's a Bingsu, so there'll be like an iridescentness to it that will lighten it a little. I think it'll work. I think we can do it.
Peach Fuzz.
Hi, Harper. Yeah, it's like this color. I think it's nice, right? It's good for the first color of the year, or for the first slime of the year.
It's a great color.
It is a good peach scent. Yeah, I have a pretty solid peach scent. Yeah, it's a great color. It's nice. Becca said, nice green. So that's going to be the first slime of the year. Just for fun, you know? I did say hi. I said hi. I thought I said hi.
You didn't say hi?
I thought I did. I really had been feeling like I had said hi. So anyway, that is what's up, but I will make a scented and unscented version if I do that, because I know that there are a number of people who cannot handle those scents. The peach scent is good, but it is strong. No matter how little you add, it is strong. So maybe I'll take a poll of who wants scented and who wants. I found clay at 5-quarter store. It works so well for my butter slime. It was called Model Fluff. What's a 5-quarter store? I've never heard of that. It's like $1.25. Never heard of that before. It sounds interesting.
5-quarter store.
But those places, like, you know, I've seen good clay at the dollar store before. Yeah. Oh, Dollar Tree. Oh, because they increased it. Dollar store with inflation. That's funny. That's a good joke. I like it. Good job. I wish I had landed it in my brain a little sooner, but that was good. All right, we're gonna go and eat a food, and I'm gonna go do Duolingo so that they can stop shaming me.
I know. The owl has a new outfit on. It's too much.
It's the first day of the year. Are you gonna do Duolingo?
Yes.
Because I paid for us to have another year, so
Yes.
better make it worth it.
Yes. I'm sorry. Love me.
I do. You know who else has shirked their responsibilities on Duolingo? My brother, Rowan, my mother, Catherine. All of them are on my family plan, and none of them use it.
We're all
Outrageous.
We're all sorry.
Before I paid for the family plan, I asked them all if they wanted it. They said yes.
To be fair, though,
You didn't.
I didn't.
You didn't, but they did. You want to be on my family plan, AC? Because they're not using it. Someone might as well.
You may as well kick someone off.
I'll kick them off and put you on because it's not being used. Someone else might as well get some use out of it. There's 5 spots sitting unused. No. I just paid for another year. Don't add me to yours. Let me add you to mine. It's being wasted. No. Come join mine. Join my family plan. I've got 5 open spots. Yeah. 5 open spots. It just renewed yesterday because I got it before I moved to Italy, and I moved to Italy in March, and I wanted 3 months to practice Italian before I got there to like refresh my Italian, and so I started it on the first of the year. Can I join your family without being on Duolingo? Becca, you're already my family. Your children are all my nieces and nephews. Well, niece and nephews. You only have one girl. I didn't get the family plan because everyone I know already had a family plan. Yeah. All right. We're going to go eat food. I will see you all later. As far as we know. Becca, you only have one girl. I've seen her. You need to learn Spanish. That's fair.
Espanol?
Okay, Shira. That will work. Yeah. They can be who they... Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, for now, yes. I thought you meant like an additional child. You can't have any more children right now, Becca. You have too many. No mas. And you're in a position to never accidentally have another one, so that's a win. They have Star Trek language and math on Duolingo. They also have music on Duolingo now, apparently. Yeah.
They have math. Maybe I'll do that one.
Yeah. Maybe I need that one.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys later. Bye.